What's going on, everybody? I was just uploading a story to Instagram to let people know that I'm going live. 170,000 followers on Instagram. That is wild. And soon my 45,000 followers on TikTok will go away. So that sucks. I actually really like TikTok. It's uploading. Okay, cool. Sick. Cool. So that's going live. I really enjoy your content, especially your Rust videos. Keep it up, man. Oh, man. I got a bunch of people that like my Rust videos. First of all, thank you. Appreciate it. But I feel bad because I'm not mostly doing Rust. But I definitely seem to be throwing more into it, and people seem to enjoy the Rust. So that's awesome. Appreciate it. Make sure this works real quick. They update Bing's socials yesterday. Okay, cool. They're working. Stream looks good. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, cool. So on Twitch, it makes links. Oh, they're purple on Twitch. Interesting. What's up, Mr. Twitch? Already in bed. Looking forward to the VOD. Have fun tonight. All right. You have a good night. And yeah, VOD will be up on YouTube. Or, well, I'll also be on Twitch, I guess. Did you finish the full adder yesterday? Lucky I fell asleep again. Yes, I did. We did finish the full adder. We constructed our own full adder with 3 bits, and it all worked. And then I came up with a way of showing it in a way that made sense. And then I went through the real input and fixed it. So we found a way to visualize what I had, and then we went and visualized the wrong one, and then because it was wrong, we could kind of see what was wrong. It still took a lot of work. I can show you actually real quick. I think I still have it pulled open. Nope. Oh, I'm spoiling what I'm going to do. I already donated money to Advent of Code, but after we beat day 25, I figured we could donate some more because I really appreciate that they make these puzzles available for free. Where is it? It's in my terminal. Here we go. Was it day 24? Yeah, so we ended up coming up with this thing called sorter. So I'll show you. If we take the full adder that I created, which was this, we could pipe it to my sorter, and this recreates the output. So it's still valid. You can still run this output, but it groups them together by output. So all the Z0 show up here, all the Z1s, all the Z2s, all the Z3s. And you can see in a working full adder, 2 XORs, 2 ANDs, and 1 OR. So we could quickly spot problems. So if we took my real input, which was gigantic, and we piped it to my sorter, you could still run it, but I grouped it by output now, and we could quickly spot by just scrolling through it. We could be like, oh wait, hey, Z11 has way more than 5. That's clearly broken. So it gave us a good starting point. Like, these two are not right. So that's kind of how we solved it. But the beautiful thing about my implementation is that if we pipe it to part 2, it will give us an answer of this. And if we pipe it to sorter and then repipe that output into part 2, we get the same thing. So even though I sorted the output, it was still valid. So that helped a ton. That was a really cool solution. Man. Congrats. Awesome. Yeah. What are your streaming plans after AOC? No real plans yet. I'm still going to stream. Don't worry. Probably around similar time. I like this time. My plans are probably, well, first of all, I'll be taking the next week off. I'll be out of town. But then after that, I will probably start researching things for my Bash course that I'm going to make. I want to redesign my website. So all the stuff I usually do in the background, I'll probably just do on stream and just hang out with people. Maybe start some Advent of Code 2015 puzzles and work my way forward. Sorry, 2016, I think. Start from the beginning. But I might take a little bit of break from Advent of Code just because it's a lot, so take a little bit of time off. That's my plan. And I wasn't joking about excitement. I really admire how you are managing conversation, piano, and problem solving. In addition, you're made most tasks couple hours. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to do my best explaining. I know towards the end of stream, I kind of get burned out, and it's because these are tough puzzles, man. I can explain things when I know what I'm doing, but when I don't know what I'm doing, yeah. But you guys understand. I mean, you guys, most people in here are programmers. You guys have banged your head against problems like this, so you're familiar with the struggle. Yeah, and of course I do need a break. Well, first of all, I'm just taking a week off, and just obviously just in general, going out of town. But then when I come back, like I'll still be streaming, but they won't be as intense programming solve puzzles, but it will still be programming related. But they'll give me more brain power to talk to chat. So, well, that piano has an echo. That's kind of cool. Here, I'll play it for you guys. It's a very echoey piano. That's a song that I wrote. In Veneration, I think is the name of that song. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I have some other instruments I could mess with. Let's see. What do we have over here? Yes, that's kind of fun. Is your piano music available on Spotify or any other site? Yes, it is. It's available on Spotify. It's available on my own website where you can download it for free. That's what I forgot to do. I was going to add a bot command, wasn't I? I was going to add a bot command where people could ask about my music. And I don't think I ever added that, did I? I will go ahead and do that now, and I will get you the links for them. Because I don't think I ever did that, but I said I was going to. Or at least I said that I would want to do that. Let me look through my bot commands real quick. I'll get you those links. Social Twist, Discord. Oh yeah, look at that. We don't even have one. Bang Music. We'll make it an alias for Bang Spotify. That's pretty good. Check out my music on Spotify. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for bringing it up. That's awesome. So we should have a Bang Music, Bang Spotify. I'll test it out. YouTube Spot takes a couple seconds to respond. Twitch is like insanely fast. YouTube takes a little bit of time, but it's not a big deal. But that should work. Cool. Let me double check that link works for you. That looks good. Sweet. Beautiful. Dave, did you see OpenAI's reflexive DDoS vulnerability? Nope. I have no idea what happened there. But that sounds interesting. According to your music taste, is there a chance you were into some kind of synthwave? Oh yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I love that stuff. I love synthwave. I love like the vaporwave. I love the 80s style. I love metal. Like I'm all over the place with my music taste. I'm wearing a K-pop t-shirt, so yeah. While you're at it, maybe add a command or write in the description what gear you're using. Keyboard, mouse, monitor. Would people be interested in that? Interesting. I didn't know there'd be any interest in that. I will write that down. I can't do it now. I have too much stuff, but yeah. put gear links in description. How do people normally do it? Do they like link to just like an Amazon page or something? Or they link to something? What is, I never really look at people's gear setups. I kind of just get my own. Love your videos. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Let me make sure all my stuff's uploaded how I expect it to be. Of course, the moment I silence my phone, now everybody starts messaging me. Okay. Oh, I just posted a TikTok video, so that's why. I'm getting a lot of messages. Dude, some people comment on my TikTok videos. Like, maybe it's a bot. I literally don't understand their comments. They're like complaining and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, this is what you love so much, isn't it? How does it feel now? And I'm like, it's not, I don't even know. I don't even know what that's in reference to, dude. This feels just like rage bait botting. Let's see. They accept a URL parameter to an unauthorized endpoint that has 0 size limit except for max size of post body and allows dupes. And for each URL, Azure IPs will send requests from their crawler. I took down one of my sites yesterday. That's interesting. Huh. That's super fun. So are you taking it down, or does the crawler inevitably end up taking it down? Yo, how you doing? What's up, Paolo? How you doing? I'm not too bad. We're having a good night so far. Chilling. Let's see. Okay, Instagram story is up. We're crushing it right now. I remembered to blast out on my socials that I'm actually going live. So we'll get started. We'll start coding probably in the next couple of minutes. So get excited for that. Gotta wash my hair. It's been a couple days. Whew. Not since I showered, since I washed my hair. It's getting a little greasy. How long will the Christmas tree be up? That was my plan, was to take it down after I beat Advent of Code. So once I get Advent of Code 25 done, then we can take down the tree. So that was my plan. I was going to take it down like a week ago, and I was like, no, I kind of like that I have it up and we're doing Advent of Code. So once we beat the Christmas day of Advent of Code, then we'll do it. Any chance you know a good AI masters across the Europe? No idea what you're even asking, but if it's AI related, no, I don't know it. Do you stream in 1080p, or is Twitch not allowing me to view the stream in greater resolution? I do stream in 1080p. Should be. I had to lower my bitrate a little bit to stream on Twitch. If it's, I mean, YouTube, I'm also streaming on YouTube, so you can go check out there if you want to. But yeah, this should be a 1080p stream. I don't know, can anyone else verify that they're seeing that? It's a 1080p canvas. I'm pretty sure I'm streaming at 1080p. We have 60 FPS. Yeah, output, yep. I can watch it for 1080p. I was wondering if I could do it in 4K. Nope, no 4K stream, just doing 1080p right now. I might look into that in the future. I'm on a Mac Studio and I have really good internet, so I don't see why I wouldn't, like, I should be able to handle that. Shouldn't be too much. I might need a drink before we get started. You almost convinced me to move to Twitch? Why? Listen, Twitch is fun, but like, I like the YouTube experience better. I think the bitrate's slightly higher. The chat's a tiny bit delayed. Like, it definitely like a little bit of a latency issue there, but like, I don't know, man. I prefer YouTube, but you know, maybe I'm a boomer. I don't know. What's up, Uncle Suck? Dude, what a wild comment, man. Braxton, you're killing it, bro. Oni Campo says, will you do stream programming in other language? Yeah, actually, if you watch my streams long enough, you'll see sometimes I get frustrated with Bash and I move over to Rust. So if I do in the future, my future streams will be Bash, there'll be Rust, and ooh, I I do want to make a video game, and I think that'd be kind of fun to do it on stream. It'd be super bare bones, but that will be in C. So it'll be C, Rust, and whatever the other one I just said was, Bash. All right. We're going to get started in a second. I'm going to go run and grab something to drink, and then we'll get started. All right. I'll be back. All right, we're back. Dude, I tried these liquid IV packets for my water. Oh my god. Dude, I'm addicted now. Got that lemon lime. Delicious. All right, let's do this. Oh, heck yeah, it's gonna be good. All right, where are we? Make dir day 25, cd into that. Cool, and then let's go over to our web browser and let's get started. That's right, we got added electrolytes. That's what plants crave. Here we go. Last one of 2024. Let's do this. Day 25, Code Chronicle. Out of ideas and time, the historians agree that they should go back to check the chief historian's office one last time, just in case he went back there without you noticing. Wild. When you get there, you are surprised to discover the door to his office is locked. You can hear someone inside, but knocking yields no response. The locks on this floor are all fancy, expensive, virtual version of 5-pin tumbler locks. This is a Wikipedia link. Nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. You contact the North Pole Security to see if they can help open the door. Okay. Unfortunately, they've lost track of which locks are installed and which keys go with them. So the best they can do is send over schematics of every lock and every key for the floor you're on. Okay, cool. The schematics are in a cryptic file format, but they do contain manufacturer information, so you look up their support number. Our virtual 5-pin tumbler product? That's our most expensive model. Way more secure than you explain that you need to open a door and don't have a lot of time. Well, you can't know whether a key opens a lock without actually trying the key in the lock due to quantum hidden variables, but you can rule out some of the key lock combinations. The virtual system is complicated, but part of it is really crude. But part of it really is a crude simulation of a 5-pin tumbler lock, mostly for marketing reasons. If you look at the schematics, you can figure out whether a key could possibly fit in a lock. He transmit you some schematics. Okay. Interesting. We have like icicles. So we have stalactites and stalagmites. Awesome. The locks are schematics that have the top row filled and the bottom row of periods. The keys have the top row empty and the bottom row filled. If you look closely, you'll see for each schematic is actually a set of columns of various heights, either extending downward from the top for locks or upward from the bottom for keys. Okay, so if it starts at the bottom, if we have a stalagmite or stalactite, if we start at the bottom and we go up, we are a key. If we start at the top and go down, we are a lock. It will always be a full row and full. It'll be full at the top and empty at the bottom or vice versa. Okay, fine. Let's see. Yo, what's up, Andre? Reminder, if you solve part 2 in under 10 seconds, there will be a bonus. Now, hold on. Let me ask you what you mean by that. Do you mean after I read part 2, I have 10 seconds to solve it with only my part 1 solution? Or do you mean that my solution to part 2 can run in under 10 seconds? And if that's a hint, feel free to not answer it if that gives something away. But I just want to make sure, because the way I interpret it is once I read part 2, I have 10 seconds to solve it. That's the way I'm interpreting it, but I could be wrong. Mr. Kanja, hi there. Just reset my Twitch password and logged in. I might be interrupting coding session, but one question. Starting with Python like everybody suggests, or brand new raw entered a coding with C or what? I don't even know how to tell you that. If I were starting today, I'd probably start with something with Python if I've never programmed before, because it can get you thinking about loops and stuff like that and just general programming concepts. But, I mean, if you're like in a university or something and they're jumping with C, hey, that's awesome. So, yeah, I don't know. After you finish part 1 and start reading, if you get the second star in under 10 seconds equals bonus. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Nice. That's how I interpreted it, so we're good. For the lock, those are the pins themselves. You can convert the pins in the schematic to a list of heights, 1 per column. For keys, the columns make up the shape of the key where it aligns with the pins. Those can also be converted to a list of heights. So you could say the first lock has pin height 0, 5, 3, 4, 3. Okay, so this one is 0. Oh, you don't count. Okay, you don't count this top one. This top one just denotes that it's a lock. And then we start here. So there's 0 here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay, and then 3, 4, and then 3. Okay. And then the first key has heights of this. Same thing. So the bottom denotes that it's a key, but the bottom does not count in the heights that they're using in these examples. These seem like they should fit together. In the first 4 columns, the pins and keys don't overlap. However, this key cannot be for this lock in the rightmost column. Oh yeah, because this one has 3 with only 2 open spots, and this one has 3 with only 2 open spots. They would overlap by 1. Okay. All right, I'm back. You can finish now. I knew you were waiting for me. I was waiting for you. That's why I've only gotten as far as reading the question. So yeah, 30 minutes in, and I've only read the question. I haven't even read the question, actually. I don't even know what it's asking me to solve yet. Let's see. Okay, this makes sense. So anyway, you can narrow down the keys you'd need to try by just testing each key with each lock. Fine. Which means you would have to check, wait, you have how many locks? But the only installation that size is at the north, and then you disconnect the call. Oh, that's cute. In this example, converting both locks to pin heights produces this, and converting all 3 keys to heights. Okay, so in this example output, there should be, 2 of these, which are locks, and 3 of these, which are keys. Okay. We have 2 locks and we have 3 keys. Okay, and these are their heights. Then you can try every key with every lock. Right? So just like 2 for loops here. In this example, the number of unique key lock pairs that fit together without overlapping in any column is 3. So we just need 3 that actually fit. Once they overlap, we ignore them. Analyze your lock and key schematics. How many unique lock key pairs fit together without overlapping in any column? Let's pause here. This seems really easy, and they're handing me the algorithm on a silver platter. in the past, when I've been handed the algorithm on a silver platter, part 2 destroys me. So I'm really nervous about this, but like this, like they gave me the solution. Go through, calculate these, and then test them all. Like, am I crazy, or does this seem really, really straightforward? I don't know. Let's start working. Where are we? We're in day 25. Awesome. Let's vim example input.text, and we will go grab the example from the website. Darkspace says part 2 is as hard as the rest of the days combined. Don't ever say anything to me like that ever again. My heart can't handle what you just said. Remember, today is Christmas. They're giving you gifts. I solved this very differently from everyone else I saw, but I really like my solution. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I want to see your solution when I'm done. How big is the input? We're going to find out. So I'm going to go grab my input. I'm going to turn off the screen share, but don't worry, we can... I'll do my classic word count at the end of it. Vim real input dot text. Paste it in there. It's a lot of stuff. Let's go pull back open the terminal. Awesome. So now if we do a word count -l, the example has 39 and the real input has 39.9. So that's fun. I guess let's just start, right? Let's think about how we're going to do this. The input has, I believe, let's just look at the real one for a second. Yeah, so we have a mixture of keys and locks, and they're not alternating or anything. I think we just have to determine if they're a key or a lock as we start parsing the incoming data. That's fine. So let's just start coding, and then we'll start converting what we have into data structures that we can deal with. While read-r line do done, we can say... we're going to have keys and locks. So let's make an empty array of keys and an empty array of locks. And then if -z line, meaning this line is not set, then we're moving on to the next item. So what it means by that is that's where we'll determine if there's a free space. That's how we determine we're moved on to the next one. So when we're here... Actually, this is cool. We can just look at the first line of input to check if it's a key or if it's a lock. Because if it's all pound signs, it's a lock. If it's all periods, it's a key. Doesn't seem that bad. So let's just do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 7? Okay, there's 7 there, and then 5 across. Okay. We don't need to hard code that. We can just kind of keep going. Yeah, just reading this data will be slightly annoying, but once we get the logic done, we shouldn't have to touch it. So... 8 lines per item, 500 locks and keys doesn't seem too bad. Doesn't seem too bad. I mean, I understand, like, it's a lot to check, but, like, whatever. I'm not listening to you, Braxton. I don't even know what that means. Also, I see some names I don't recognize. If you are new to my YouTube chat or my Twitch chat, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I am doing these puzzles. I don't want any hints. I don't mind if you want to throw out what you think are, like, things that you might do, or if you see, like, oh, you know, this doesn't do what you think it's doing, Dave. Not logically, but if you see, like, some syntax where I use a colon instead of a pound sign, hey, I get that. But yeah, keep hints to yourself. I don't want any possible, like, solutions from people. I definitely don't want algorithm names. I like to solve these as by myself as you can. Let's see. Would you say the problems become increasingly tougher, or is the difficulty just random? Go watch Eric is the creator of Advent of Code, his behind the scenes talk, and he talks about the difficulty and how hard it is to do difficulty, because difficulty is wildly personal to different people. Like yesterday's puzzle at day 24, it was hard. Don't get me wrong, it was a hard puzzle, but luckily I had seen that circuit before and I was intimately familiar with the inner workings of it. So that was like fine. So difficulty is one of those things where I thought that the difficulty ramped up as days go by, but it's hard to even say. if the difficulty were to ramp up as days go by, it's sort of like the same way, like, you know, the stock market goes up or something, where if you zoom in, it's like this, but maybe it trends upward. I don't know. So, yeah. Yeah, Andre said it best. Yeah, I would go watch one of those behind the scenes talk. So let's see. We have an X and a Y. Let's go ahead and store these. Let me think about how I want to store these. Let's do a height equals 0. And then when we get here, we'll reset height equal to 0. And we will push our buffer, onto correct array, which I know doesn't mean anything yet, so we have to implement stuff there. But I'm giving you some insight into how I'm thinking. So, yeah, agree with Dave. Day 24 seemed easy, fun for Dave and others, but a lot of people found it mega hard. Opposite on days like 13. Yes, I think that's a perfect example. Day 13 and day 21 were probably my hardest ones, and I think day 13 was brutal. Like, I got the answer, but at what cost? Like, that was brutal. But that's because I'm not a math guy. I'm a systems guy. So day 24 I found really fun. There were some other ones that I found really fun, like oh god, like anyone that has like building a computer and doing instructions and stuff. I think that stuff's like super fun. That stuff's super neat to me. All right, let's figure out how we're gonna do this. When we get to a new line, we'll create a new buffer. And this is where we're going to store information as we encounter it. I'm wondering how much we can just cheat. And what I mean by cheat is I'm trying to make mine like variable, like it'll support an arbitrary width and an arbitrary height. But like, we don't need to be variable, because even looking at the real input, it only ever goes over by 5 and it only ever goes down by 7. So it'll only ever be 5. So we can just do that, I think. So let me explain what I'm thinking when I say that. Searching for the Christmas tree was stupidly fun. I really enjoyed that one. Check if we are done with this item. That's what we're calling items, locks and keys. Check if we are starting a new item. And the way we know that is if height equals 0. Then we'll do a nice little height plus here. So this height variable will go up for every line we go down, and it will reset every time we hit a new lock or, you know, key or tumbler or lock or whatever they're called. So if height is 0, then we know that we're starting off. If line equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, yeah, we're not gonna make this super generic. We're just gonna go with the fact that we know it's 5 across. If it's all periods, then what does that tell us? Is it a key or a lock? I don't remember which one was at the top or which one's at the bottom. The key has the pound signs at the bottom, so it has the periods at the top. We are a key. Cool. So we'll make a variable called tip, which will just keep track of the type we are. So if we're here, we can say tip equals key. I'll make it clear that we're, a string. This is an elif. Line equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's a lock, else exit 5 because it's invalid. So if we just run this with our example input, it won't print anything, but we get an exit code of 5. Okay, so we are invalid here. Why are we invalid here? Why do we check a blank line? Oh, we do the blank line check, but we never call continue. We have to break out of the loop at this point. There we go. That looks good. So we have keys and we have locks. Okay. What we could do. I have some really dumb ideas. I have some like stupidly dumb ideas. But we don't need to do the dumb ideas. When do we stop processing? We need to say height would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If height equals 6, then this is the bottom row. We don't care about it. Then we just continue. So now we just need to count down the columns and figure out how many pound signs and how many periods we see and add up a number for each one. So we can do this. When we create a new buffer, we can create a buffer of 5 things, all started at 0. So this is an an indexed array with spot 0 is 0, spot 1 is 0, spot 2 is 0, spot 3 is 0, spot 4 is 0. We initialize everything to 0. Then when we're down here, we are inside the lock or key, count the pound chars. So we'll do a nice little for I equals 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, do, done. Echo I. Let me just make sure my code is working as I expect it. Oh, we continue. A lot of these continues are going to be problematic, aren't they? Yeah, it's because of the way we increment height. Where should we increment height? I guess we'll just do it here. It doesn't matter. This is where, this is the hard part. Do I know what I'd be doing here if I was in C? I would do this. I'd make a label called next, and then up here, I would just, instead of continue, I would just go to next. Labels are like the perfect thing for this. Like this is why I like jumps and I like go-tos. I do. How about a graphic solution? Interleave 2-dimensional arrays. I was thinking about that too, actually. That was another solution I had come up. What was it? I was thinking about literally just plotting down the key and plotting down the lock on top of it, and then checking that every spot is either a 0 or 1. If it's a 2, meaning there was an overlap, then we know it's bad. But I'll get to that when I get to that. Didn't the advent of code end? Is this just a rerun in Bash? I didn't get it done on day 25. So yes, advent of code is done, but it's not done for me. It will be done for me when I'm done. So to answer your question, no, this is not a rerun. Let's see if this works. Cool, that looks good to me. So now we have to grab the character at that spot, which is the line at spot I for char 1. If the character is a pound sign, then the buffer at spot I will get incremented. Cool, and now we have this thing called buffer that has everything. Once we get to the bottom here, this is the bottom row. We don't care about it. Just commit the buffer. Once we get to the bottom row, then we commit the buffer. And the way we do that is by saying we first have to stringify the buffer. So let's stringify the buffer. S equals buffer. This will separate them by spaces. And then we will push this into whatever type it is. So case type in key. Then we do keys plus equal the buffer. If it's a lock, then we'll do locks plus equal that. Exact. I think we're done. I think that's it. I think this works. So now we go down here, we can say this. Echo found keys and locks. So this will print how many keys and how many locks we found at the end of processing the data. We haven't done any testing with it yet, but okay, we found 3 keys and 2 locks. Hey, that looks good. Let me get an idea of how long this takes. Found 250 keys and 250 locks. I mean, we're getting there. We have the data stored. I'm going to pull in var dump from a previous day. I should just stop copying and pasting this code and putting it everywhere we need it. But we're going to use var dump to dump the variables that we have. So we can do var dump keys, var dump locks, and then we can go pull in var dump. Okay, so here are the keys we have, and here are the locks. These are their column heights that we stored. So according to this, we have like 5, 3, 4, 3. Where did the leading 0 go? Does this chop off a leading 0? Is that a thing? Hold on. No. That's right. How are we losing a leading 0? It might be my var dump function. Well, that's not the output I expected. I didn't expect a string of the word indexed array. Is it my var dump? It can't be my var dump function. It could be my var dump function. Let's try this. For key in keys. Do for lock in locks. Do echo lock. Done. Echo key. Done. Okay, where is the one that actually runs the code? No, we're losing a 0 somewhere. Why would we be doing that? We push the buffers here. Oh. I guess just the initial initialization should be here, too. The initialization and the real initialization. Okay, that fixes it. Interesting. So now we just need to check what is the max height. They need to be equal to 5 or less, right? So for lock, for key, what do we need to store? We need to store all the ones that work perfectly. Okay. We have the lock, we have the key, we have the array of items in locks. I guess we'll call this lock pins. And then we'll have key pins. For I equals 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, do, done. If lock pin equal lock pins at spot I, key pin equals key pins at spot I, if lock pin plus key pin is greater than 5, yes, then we don't fit. And if we don't fit, then we have to break We have to continue to the next key. But if we get down here, we fit. So we'll say valid valid combo. I'll just say total. Total equals 0. If we get down here, then total plus plus. Echo. We have total valid combos. We have 6 valid combos. This is wrong. It should be 3 valid combos. We somehow think that we have 6, so something about our logic's gonna be slightly wrong, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Let's just make sure everything is exactly how I expect it to be. Well, the fact that we checked nothing there is a little concerning. Have an idea, cannot hold. I don't know what you mean when you say that. Do you have an idea, or what are you saying? I see the problem here. 3 valid combos. Oh, we have an array of them, don't we? Yeah, that's what we have. Okay, that looks right. We're checking the right things. We have 3 valid combos. So if we run this against our real input, we have 3, 2, 2, 3 valid combos. Okay. Is that the answer? 3, 2, 2, 3? Let's go find out. Easy! Easy! Like I said, easy! That's the right answer. You are 1 gold star closer to finding the chief historian. Easy! So, like, this algorithm was handed to me on a silver platter, which means it has to break in part 2. I just have to assume that. So we're going to find out why it does. I'm so afraid of how. Yeah, thank you, Andre. Yeah, there's got to be a trick here or something. You and the historians crowd into the office, startling the chief historian awake. Hey, we found the chief historian. 10 seconds after click. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to take me like 2 minutes to read it. The historians all take turns looking confused until one asks where he's been for the last few months. I've been right here working on this high priority request from Santa. I think, what happened here? Hold on. What is this? Dark Space gifting 5 tier 1 subs to my community? Yo, that's nuts, dude. Thank you. You didn't have to do it. That's super awesome. Yo, I appreciate that. Heck yeah. Let's go Dark Space, dude. Gifting 5 subs? That's no cheap feat, dude. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And welcome to my 5 brand new subscribers. I don't even know if I have enough viewers where they're going to make sense, but I appreciate it. Dude, that's so awesome, dude. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Let's see. I've been right here working on this high priority request from Santa. I think the only time I've even stepped away was about a month ago when I went to grab a cup of coffee. Just then, the chief... Dark Space says keep reading. Come on, man. Just then, the chief notices the time. Oh no, I'm going to be late. I must have fallen asleep trying to put the finishing touches on this Chronicle Santa requested. But now I don't have enough time to go visit the last 50 places on my list and complete the Chronicle before Santa leaves. He says he needed it before tonight's sleigh launch. One of the historians holds up the list they've been using this whole time to keep track of where they've been searching. Next to each place you all visited, they checked off that place with a star. Other historians hold up their own notes they took on the journey. As the historians, how could they resist writing everything down while visiting all of these historically significant places? Does all make sense? Does all make sense? The chief's eyes get wide. With all this, we might just have enough time to finish the Chronicle, Santa said. He wanted it wrapped up with a bow. So I'll call down to the wrapping department and, hey, could you bring it up to Santa? I'll need to be in my seat to watch the sleigh launch by then. You nod, and the historians quickly work to collect their notes into the final set of pages for the Chronicle. You have enough stars to deliver the Chronicle. So I click this. Is this still part of part 2? Is Is this like a thing where you need 49 stars to go on to this last thing? Let's see. Using the notes from the places marked by all 50 stars, the historians finish the chronicle, wrap it, and give it to you so you can bring it to Santa before the big sleigh launch. Santa's already in the sleigh making the final launch preparations. When you arrive, you try to hand him the chronicle, but he doesn't take it. Ho ho ho, he laughs to himself. The gift isn't for me, it's for you. That chronicle is a record of all the places you've been and people you've helped over the last decade. Thank you for everything. With that, Santa takes off in his sleigh to deliver the rest of this year's presents. Congratulations, you finished every puzzle in the Advent of Code 2024. I hope you had as much fun solving them I had making them for you. I'd love to hear about your adventure. What? Oh my god. What? I guess that's 10 seconds in Bash. Well done. Great AOC series. Looking forward to your Bash tutorials and other shenanigans. Yo, thank you so much, Andre, for the $20 super chat. You said you would double it if I could do it in 10 seconds, and it looks like I did it in 10 seconds. Dark Space told me part 2 was going to be really tough. Guys, I really 1000% thought that it was going to be very tough. I didn't think that part 2 was going to be a gimme. I was so ready to figure out, like, what are they going to throw at me? Like, my brain was like, oh, do I have to rotate the keys 90 degrees in all possible directions? Do I have to create a 3D space of stacks of keys and do it or something? Like, I was fearing the worst. I said it would be as tough as the rest of the problems combined. Yeah. I guess that's true. I guess that's true, isn't it? So, okay, serious question. This is my first AOC. Would I have not been done if I didn't do all the days leading up to this? Like, if I had skipped some days, would I not be able to access the star for 24 or 25 part 2? Is that a real thing? You may calculate match key for lock while parsing, put them as keys, and check keys' existence. Not sure what you mean, Tablet Lenovo. As I'm parsing a lock, I could keep track of some information and then check the keys against that. I think that's what you're saying. Correct, you needed the 49 to get the last one. Okay, and Dark Space is clever. I said it would be as tough as the rest of the problems combined. Listen, you were absolutely correct. This is so crazy. Okay. This is wild. Okay, so we get the full picture now. What? Oh, this is sick. It's animated? Dude. What? This is wild. Dude, so much care has gone into this. It's actually absurd. This is super cool. Heck yeah. I didn't expect to be able to do this in like less than an hour of streaming, so that's pretty crazy. So that's pretty awesome. Time to do 2019. Listen, my plan is to go through and do some of the older ones. Like I said, I don't know if you were here earlier in stream. I said I'll take a little bit of a break from AOC because it's breaking my brain, and I go out of town next week, so I won't be on stream for the next like week or so. But yeah, I do plan on doing more streams in the future, and I'm gonna stream some Bash course stuff, working on that. I'll stream some working on my website, and just kind of generally hang out and do programming stuff, maybe even some C and some Rust. So I'll still be streaming, don't worry. But I do want to pick up the AOC challenges. I think it'd be fun to start with the beginning and work my way forward. Let's see. See, like before, if you're an embedded dev, every problem looks like a bit mask. I didn't bother with keys and locks, just turned into 35 bit masks and it away. That's really funny. That is a good solution to that problem. Yeah, that's a very, very clever solution. That's cool. Have you found any Easter eggs? No, I don't think I have. I have not found any Easter eggs. You missed half a sentence. What did I miss? Did I miss something? This is cool. Yeah, I think I actually ordered a t-shirt from the shop. I should check on that to see if it's coming or not. I think that'd be sick to have one. Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely gotta donate to Advent of Code again. I donated it at the beginning. I'll donate again now that I've beaten it. So I'll throw some money their way because I appreciate that he makes all these puzzles available and it's turned into content for me. So really, really useful. Really, really wonderful. So the Easter eggs have been highlighted. The historians can't agree on which group made the mistakes or how to read them. Most choose here, but in the commotion you notice an interesting detail. A lot of location ideas. How is that an Easter egg? I don't think I'm understanding what this Easter egg thing is. Unless they're from previous years. Hover over. It's hover text. Oh, okay. You know, I read that in the Chronicle thing, and it didn't even like register in my brain that's what it was. I mean, while parsing locks, calculate their keys, put them as array, then check array of keys against real keys. True, but you could totally do that, and you could filter some out quicker, but like, you'd have to calculate, so you just calculate every possible key that they could have, because you don't need an exact match, you just need something that doesn't have an overlap. But yeah, either way, that one worked out well. That was not as tough as a puzzle as I worried about it being. We were this close to summoning a lot of location ideas. Is this a reference to that like comic about the word a lot, A-L-O-T, as one single word, and it's like this is a lot and shows like a little like guy? Is that what I'm picturing? I don't know how that has to do with Advent of Code, but oh wow, 250,000 people solved the first puzzle, only 15,000 solved the last. That's really cool. And also, if you solve the last puzzle, you had to have done everything leading up to that. That's really cute. To get one of these. Now, are these just like cute text, or am I missing something? There's a spot reserved for chief historians between the green toboggans and the red toboggans. They've never actually had any chief historians in stock, but it's best to be prepared. This part originally involved searching for something else, but the joke was too dumb to pass up. That's cute. This is cool. It's like I like that. It's like a cute little behind the scenes. Specifically, the Shirley stationary stacks. That's cute. That's fun. I don't even know if I would have noticed the E instead of the A. Deep lore AOC video. Yeah, seriously. The vulnerability was later fixed by having the guard always turn left instead. Oh my god. Hey, the way I wrote the code for day 6, we could do that really easily. Day 5 is full of S words. Yeah, I remember reading just the first part of it. When I edited my video, it's like, I just went through and just perfectly read that first sentence. I was like, that's wild. I think you mean dot. Okay. Listen, I at least get this one. I know Eric likes Perl. And putting a dot between strings is how you concatenate in Perl, right? I'm not just making that up. That's a Perlism. I don't know of any other language that did it before Perl. What do you do in C? You just put string literals next to each other. Yeah. PHP used period as well? Obviously, Perl would have been first, but yeah. Oh my god. They could have imitated delicious chocolate, but the meteor chocolate is way easier to imitate. Oh my god. Imitation. Mediocre chocolate. Oh my god. It makes sense that Eric makes these puzzles. He appreciates this wordplay and these puns. I appreciate him too, but man, he's deeper into it than I am. Bonus points if you make a cool animation in the process. Listen, I don't even want to talk about how bad this puzzle was for me because I tried to keep the visual representation the whole time until I realized I was stupid. That'd be a fun animation to make. I feel like we should animate one of these. I don't know which one. I was thinking like Guard Gallivant, but like, which one would be the most interesting to animate, I wonder. Nope, don't know that one. No, they're not statues. Why do you ask? Yep, I'm gonna miss so many of these Easter eggs. I don't quite understand them. There's gotta be references that I just don't know. Never done animations in Bash. Would love a video on that. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about Bash. I just thought about reaching to a different thing. Oh, Doctor Who reference. Yeah, no, I was never big on Doctor Who. I never really watched it. So, yeah, the only animation we kind of did in Bash was the Finding the Tree one. We did have, because I used Unicode. Did I use Unicode characters? I don't remember, but I used some characters and we had some cool animation running on it, which was pretty sick when it worked. Fences. I originally wanted to title this puzzle Fence Post Problem, but I was afraid someone would then try to count fence posts by mistake and experience a fence post problem. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you really have to think about that stuff when you're working on this. The only thing I know from Doctor Who is the one thing he's referenced. Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Half A presses are not allowed. Hey, now this is up my wheelhouse. Makes perfect sense. I know Eric, we talked a little bit about Link to the Past randomizer, Super Metroid randomizer. It makes sense that he would be up on his Super Mario 64 A button challenge task knowledge about what a half A press is. Which makes perfect sense once you watch a video on it. Like, it makes perfect sense what it is. That's cute. This puzzle was originally going to be about the motion of space rocks in a fictitious arcade game called Meteoroids, but we just had an arcade puzzle. Which one is this one? Oh, yeah. The Christmas tree one. Huh. Oh, that's cute. I mean, that would have been cool too. Oh my god, imagine animating this version of it. If it was, because this is the Find a Christmas Tree one with the robots that move. Imagine if it was, oh, maybe this is the animation we make. Imagine a game like Asteroids where it's you fighting this many monsters or however many's in the real input, and the monsters are constantly moving, they're shooting you, but every so often the monsters just form a picture. That might be a really cool idea. Let's not forget that one. Day 14. That one could be cool to animate. West North players might not solve this warehouse woes with a warehouse woes. Now this completely flies over my head. Do not know what that is. I would say it's like reindeer golf, but knowing reindeer, it's almost certainly nothing like reindeer golf. Cute. Oh, day 14 animation would definitely not fit ASCII on the screen. Here's the thing, when I'm saying animate this stuff, I'm not even picturing ASCII. Like, I'm actually not. I would think that I would rewrite the code in like C and use something like Raylib to literally make a video game style animation. That's what I'm leaning towards. I wouldn't even think to do it in Bash, to be honest. Yeah. Let's see this one. I'm gonna take a look at your animation. Okay. Oh yeah, look at this. Ah, that's cool. How did you pick your steps here? It seems like you're looking for an anomaly or something. I guess I would need to understand the way you approach this, because I just visually looked for it. We found no less than 2 algorithms to hone in on the anomaly. Really curious. Okay, so you did have algorithms to hone in on the anomalies. That's so interesting. Magnitude is the density score every time a new minimum is detected. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Distance between 2 robots. That's so cool. These are super neat solutions. Oh my god, so that was day 15. No, we had a muck here. Which one were we on? 16 is Reindeer Golf, 17 is, we don't know. This instruction does this using a little trampoline, the jump instruction. I don't know if that's a reference to something, but it's cute. I'd rather pushing whole bytes down on top of us. Run. Little computer programs running. It really seems like they've gathered a lot of magic into the towel colors. Nope, that one flies over my head. I did not get that one. Yeah, dude, Dark Space came in clutch with those gifted subs. That was a super nice thing to do, man. Appreciate it. If we give away enough mutexes, maybe someone will use one of them to fix the race condition. It's cute. Bum, bum, bum. Some might say it would be bananas. So stupid, dude. These are so dumb. You call me, I'm a giant nerd. Dude, same, man. Same. Enhance. It's so dumb. Knock, yield, no response. Oh my god. These are stupid. This was fun. This was super fun. Oh my god, what a good time. Yes, it's fun. Oh, is this one not a hover over? Come on, it should have been. Oh, it is. Yep, just like that. There's at least one in the description for each day. Ah, cute. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. This was super fun. Ton of fun. I was so worried about today. I thought it was going to take... Whoops. I thought it was going to take forever. This is actually crazy. Day 18 bash when? Dude, I don't even remember what day 18 was. Let me go reacquaint myself. Because, I mean, we have time tonight. Maybe tonight. What was day 18? Ram run. I didn't do this one in bash? Sure, let's take a look at it. I don't remember. So let me do some stuff first. What do we have here? Day 25. Yeah, one of them we did not do. It might have been day 23. I think it was day 23. What was the worst day, or should I say the longest? Oh my god, day 13 was incredibly tough, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me pull up some reminders. Day 13 and day 21 stick out to me just by their numbers, but let me remember if that's actually correct. Day 13 was the claw contraption. Yeah, this one was brutal. This one was one where I got a solution after streaming for so long, and I wasn't even fully confident with it. Like it was right, but I didn't even fully I think like after I got the answer, I was like, guys, I don't know how I did it. Like I don't understand why this worked. Like I have a hunch, but it wasn't. I didn't feel fully confident in the answer. And day 21, this one just took forever. I ended up just getting frustrated. I ended up knocking my drink over. I was just having a bad time. I had to go zen myself up. Oh, I do have a two-parted video. Now, here's the thing. That two-parted video was when I first started streaming, so I would only stream for a couple hours. That was before I started streaming, 7 or 8 hours in one sitting. It was like day 8 or day 9, I think, took more than one. But I don't remember which one was a two-part video. Actually, give me a second. Hold on. I'm on my video editing computer. I can just go take a look. Documents. You suck at programming. Videos. Archive. Lives. Here we go. It was day 9. Day 9 was one that took 2 days to do. Yeah, it was this one. And I think it was because of the, I kept getting mad at my bash solution because I had this algorithm that wasn't fully working. And I kept complaining that I could do it in Rust and not in bash. And I could, perfectly. Because the way I imagined it just was not the way bash was going to work for me. Yeah, where I ended up creating a file page that kept track of its name, its size, and how much free space it had after. Once I could think of it in that way, and I could just write down what the algorithm was, it worked so much better. But then, I'm pretty sure we went back and we Rustified it. And it ended up working. But again, I'd have to rewatch the videos to even make sure that I'm right here. Like I said, they go out of my memory when I'm done. Because I just can't sit here and think about them. We have a little bit of time. Let's look at day 23. This is one where I did not solve it in bash. I gave up. Darkspace told me, he was like, yo man, just go to Rust. You have more sane data structures. And it's true, and I did. So if I do the Rust part 2 cargo run -q the real, or let's do the example input, I guess. Kodi kata. Yeah, this was that one, wasn't it? Oh god. Oh man. Bad memories. Reading from my example input. Yeah, we could not get Kodi kata. Hints. No. Still no. And the reason I'm going to say no is because I have a working solution in Rust, so I've technically already figured it out. And if you give me a hint that's easier than what I've already implemented, then I could just kind of cheat by implementing your hint in bash. So I'd prefer to implement what I've already come up with myself. So, does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense why I'm thinking of it that way. Yeah. What I'm thinking is just port this over to bash. I don't know exactly how, but that might be the way to do this. Code Canyon, what's up? Excited for the stream? Yeah, welcome. Well, you missed the the main part of the stream. I'll give you a little. I'll show you what happened as part of the stream. This is what happened as part of the stream. We nailed it. We did it. We knocked it out. We beat it. We got all 50 stars. Crushed it. So yeah, that was pretty dope. But now we're gonna go back and I'm going to finish in bash what I couldn't do before, where I just ended up finishing in Rust, because we got a little bit of time. So let's go ahead and knock this out. Kodi kata, dude. So true. Just chant it, man. But yeah, no hints, because like I said, I want to solve with using the solution that I have, that I know works, to make sure I can implement it. And then afterwards, if you want to tell me how you did it faster, I'm all ears. Because I was racing bad cop, and some person in our chat showed us their solution. I was like, oh my god, that is so much simpler than how we were doing it. Yo, what's up, Seeknay? How you doing, buddy? Oh man. Oh. God, I'm fired up and I'm exhausted at the same time. These puzzles they stretch my knowledge, but man, has it been good to work out my brain. I have not felt smarter than I have knocking out some of these programming puzzles. Because it's one thing to be as confident as I am, but it's another thing to actually be able to put your money where your mouth is and solve these problems. So the fact that I can do these means that I'm better than everyone. I'm just kidding, but it's good to stay humble. Oh man, what are we doing? What's happening here? All right, we're gonna try and port over this code into Bash. Oh, I didn't even use any functions. Beautiful, thank you, Dave. Oh my god, that actually makes my life so much easier. So let's Vim part 2. This is my Bash solution. And this is where we read in the data to something called connections and we deduplicate it. Cool. Now we're going to trash all of this. All of it. Cool. Yeah, I was shocked by the Stone's count solution. I made it using recursion with a cache. Yeah, exactly. The mathematical way of doing it makes perfect sense, but I didn't think it'd be that easy. But that opened up my brain and allowed me to solve future problems. So the robot arm solution, the linen solution, it was always a similar thing of trying to just come up with frequency counts, basically. Okay, so we have our data. We normalize our data. We can var dump connections, and this is what we have now. This is our starting point for part 2. We read an example, and we get that. Cool. So let's Vim Rust part 2, source main part 2, which is our bash script. We will take all of this Rust code. We will put it into bash, and we are going to port. And we're going to see if it's fast enough. Oh, boy. Okay. So, well, I'm not going to worry about some of these variables till we get there. For root and neighbors in connections, we will do this. For root in connections, they're different data structures, so we're going to have to make sure we're doing things right. We're not going to rename any variables because that's a recipe for disaster. Cool. So this is the same logic now. We had to make a new thing called scene. Okay. For neighbor in neighbors, what are they stored as? They are stored as space separated. So we will have to turn them into... Did I just try to run that code? So we'll have to turn them into an array. Done. Okay. Yo, what's up, NMBB? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. If you're confused, we are not working on day 25 anymore. We've jumped back to whatever day we're on. 23, because I did not beat this one in Bash, so we are turning my Rust solution that worked into my Bash solution. Because I already beat Advent of Code. Day 25 is done. We crushed it. We won. We won. We're done. Nailed it. All 25 days. Done. Crushed it. What I want to do, I'm going to go through and get a supercut of all of my solutions. Yeah, so I'm going to get, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to get a supercut of every time I get the part correct, where I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm going to do a supercut of like all, 49 times I've done that plus the final one. Yeah, so I think that'll be a fun video. I could put that in the Advent of Code subreddit. I feel like that'd be pretty funny. So we've looped over our neighbors. Scene neighbor equal 1. Yeah, the day 25 was simpler than I thought it would be. Part 2 was a little bit of a doozy. I won't spoil anything. It was a doozy, but part 1 was like, this algorithm's just handed to me on a silver platter. Like, what's happening here? It got me so scared. Okay, so we mark them as seen. Then we loop over them again. Wow, this is really clean code. No, we don't. There's no such thing as grandchildren's. Grand neighbors equal connections at neighbor. Turn it into an array. For grand neighbor in grand neighbors. Do done. If dash n seen grand neighbor, then oh, actually we can simplify this code because we're just incrementing this count here. Yeah, just the amount of times we've seen it has gone up. Cool. So we're done with that. And then we create something called counts, which is a hash set. So declare dash a counts. We don't have hash sets, but we have associative arrays. For value in scene. Okay, so this actually will just loop over values. This is nice. Do counts. It's a hash set of values? What was I thinking? I know this logic works, but now I feel like I'm like reverse engineering what I wrote. Cool, so now we have to sort it. We sort it and then we reversed it. Okay. I'm just going to pipe out to sort until we can figure out a cleaner way to do this. But we loop over the counts. We make a hash set, and then we iterate on it. What does a hash set iterate on? The keys or the values? The keys. There's no values. There's no values. Oh my god, it's a hash set, not a hash map. Loops the keys. Okay, so we need to loop the keys of counts, sort them, and reverse them. Okay, so we need to printf, separate them by new line, the keys of counts. Oh, good thing I know bash. Pipe that to sort dash nr, reverse and numeric. We are piping out to sort. We'll see if we can clean that up later. I just want to get this working, and then we can implement our own sort and bash because I always joke about doing that. Reverse the hash map. Declare dash a ven for key in scene. Do value equals scene at key. Ven value equals, oh, plus equals space key. Wow. Okay. This is wild stuff. This is what you guys wanted. Friends. For num in sorted. Subset equals ven at num. Why did we clone this? Oh, just so we could borrow it. Okay. Whatever. I don't even fully understand that. It's really hard to go between Rust and a language with ownership and a language where you just do whatever you want. Clone it, then we append it to friends. Okay, well, we'll just do this then. friends array. If the length of friends array is greater than or equal to num, then where do I define min? Hold on, let me look at the Rust source again. Oh, min and answer are like all the way at the top. Okay. Oh, they're all the way at the top. They're completely outside of anything. Okay. Do I need to remove a leading space from Venro? Will it produce an empty first element? I don't know yet. It doesn't matter if it produces spaces on the left or the right, because where I turn it into an array here, this will strip out any extra number of spaces on the left or right. So it shouldn't actually matter there. I think these will have a space at the beginning of them. Theoretically, I could do this. Like it literally doesn't make a difference. I could put like 18 spaces there. This code right here is what will strip them out. Okay, so then we know this list. So we know if num is greater than min, then min equals num. Answer equals friends. Break. What are we looped in? We're in a 4. This is also a done, right? No. Oh, we're just, yeah, it's just the... I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to find out. Okay. What are we doing there? For value in scene.values, counts.insert value. What is counts? Counts as a hash set. Okay. Okay, well that's clearly not right. Because it should be, what is it, Kodi kata? If I recall, there was a bash key to check syntax. Yeah, bash minus n. I can do bash minus n. I probably should get in the habit of doing that more. That's a really good point. Hey, do you guys want to know a fun thing? Similar to bash minus n, you can do bash minus n in the name of a bash script, and it will syntax check it. Did you know in Node for Node.js, you can do node minus c? It's the same thing. It'll check a script. You could do node dash dash check, and we'll give it a bash script so it'll fail. And there we go. You can see that it failed to parse this as JavaScript because it's not JavaScript, right? Why is that interesting? I'll show you guys why that's interesting. Let me find it. How am I going to find it? Ah, dude, why has Google gone downhill? I will show you guys why it's interesting. You ready? Here we go. Here is the archive to Node.js. That's because back in 2015, it was io.js. This was after a fork. There's a whole history there. We don't need to get into it. But this pull request added -c to actually check something. And where is it? Can I actually see it? Oh, the archive. Did the archive actually get rid of the code? Or is this just an issue? Oh, here we go. That was an issue. Here is the actual pull request. And you can see this adds, where is it? io.js. You can run node here, -c bad.js, and it will tell you if it's bad. You can run it with good JavaScript file. It'll tell you if it's good. And this command line switch was added in 2015 by yours truly. So, so anytime you are out there running node -c on a JavaScript file to syntax check it, you can thank me from almost 10 years ago. So, because that was a feature that I wanted. So yeah, there's some fun history for you. This was me who implemented this. -c -s check. I'm sure the code looks different now, but it wasn't too bad to implement it. Most of it was actually just writing tests to make sure that it worked how we expected. Yeah, I wanted it because I knew other languages had it. So yeah, that's just a fun little fact. So I should be getting Kodi Kata. I am not getting Kodi Kata. I am getting way more other stuff than I should be getting. Let's go through and try to find why that might be. Checking these with these neighbors. Cool. That looks right. Min and answer is here. This all seems right. For neighbor in neighbors, we've broken them out here. Let's var dump scene and exit. Where's my other var dump? Because that's getting annoying. I'm in the Rust code. Okay, that looks fine. Let's var dump sorted. Let's make sure that's working how I expect it to. That looks sorted to me. Sorted in reverse order where 4 is at the top, then 2, then 1. That makes sense. Okay. Then we make a nice little Venn diagram. I don't even know what that stuff is. So we made a Venn diagram. 4 had yn. 2 of these. Okay, this seems right. We grab the Venn at that number. We loop over the numbers. We add our friends to that. And then we turn it into an array. And then we check if the length of that array is greater than or equal to the number. And if the num is greater than the minimum, greater? Should be greater, yeah. We called it minimum, but seems like it should work. Whatever I have here is just a stupid logic bug. If I do this with the example input, we get Kodi Kata. Why are these always the same? Well, this will do it. Right here. Key. How about root? Cool. Decacota. It's right. It's just out of order. Neighbor's always the same. You nailed it, Tablet Lenovo. You are absolutely correct. I had to get there myself, but you nailed it. So now we have the answer here. Let's turn it into an array. Answer, read-RA answer, read in from answer. The answer is answer like that. We'll do a nice little IFS equals comma. It'll still be out of order. Yeah, we just have to sort it. I have not thought of ways to sort things in Bash in a way that makes sense. But yeah, there it is. Decacota. So we can get there. We can get there with Bash with relative ease, which is nice. How to actually sort those, I'm going to be real with you guys. I have no idea. I would totally just do one of these where we do answer equals printf, separate them by new lines, all of the elements inside answer, pipe it to sort, just sort. Yeah, and then turn that back into an array. And when we do this, we'll get printf not found because I spelled it wrong. There we go. That's how you get codecata. Again, we are forking out to one external utility. That is the sort utility because we don't have a sort built into our bash shell. We could implement our own array sort if we wanted to. I don't really feel like implementing a sorting algorithm, like quick sort, or we could just bubble it up. Like there's so many things we could do. I would like to come up with a bash solution for doing it. I feel like there has to be a bash way of doing it, like storing it in some data type that could do it. But yeah, I don't know. Totally fair. Much better than forking the whole problem to Rust. Yeah. Yep. So we can do it in Bash. And you know what? I'm glad I took the day off from this. I'm glad I didn't try to do it that day. I'm glad I came back with fresh eyes because this is a lot cleaner, a lot faster. I'm curious. I'm actually just going to Google what it takes to get a sort. Because I think my version of Bash actually has to be like built with it. Which is unfortunate, but yeah. Which is lame. Yeah, otherwise we'd have to actually write our own like quick sort, which, I mean, I did it 8,000 years ago, so it's no fun. It really is no fun. Yeah, okay, so you have to have a version of Bash that's actually just compiled with it. That's neat. So, not thrilled we have to fork out, but hey, I think anyone looking at the solution would be like, you've already avoided enough external utilities. You're probably fine. Oh man, but if I did write a sorter in Bash, I mean, think about how awesome that would be. It'd be so slow. Arrays are so slow in Bash. Like, I love them, but they're so sore. So slow. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we determined if you add keys to an associative array, it doesn't sort them under the hood. Now, here's the thing. We can do it without built-ins. Make dir vim part 2. We can, hear me out, for answer in answers, do, done, echo, answer. I'm just going to make sure this looks sane before I run it. Why didn't it do this? What am I missing here? Oh, I called it just answer. I didn't call it answers. Yeah, exactly. You got a tablet, Lenovo. So now that we have them here, let's just echo. Let's just touch foo / $answer. Let's make this answers with an S because we're overwriting variables here. That's not... I'm not thrilled that that's happening. Let's read that data back in by reading foo star... Or you know what? I have seen the sleep sort. Yep, I've seen sleep sort. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Let's just do this. CD into foo. Let's touch $answer. Let's read it back in with a glob. There we go. We got the answer nice and sorted without using any external utilities. We did still have another sort in the code. So this does it. This just creates a directory called foo with the answer codecata on it. So we just have to ls to get the answer. This is more epic than the file system cache. Yeah. Yeah, so how's that? Oh man, the other thing I think you can do, people say like, oh, sleep is an external utility in bash. Like, how are you going to waste some time? And it's like, dude, you can totally waste some time. Read -t3 or 4 echo high. Let me just run this. Yeah, don't tell me we can't sleep without external utilities. We just have to do some BS with standard in and also hope the user doesn't press anything. Because if I press something, I just skip it. Which can be cool. It can be cool to easily be able to skip through a sleep like that. Yeah, so there's our file system cache. Pretty ugly. Let bash sort this by using globbing. Incredible. So now if I just run that, hey, nice. What's my git diff here? All right, not bad. Day 20, wait, what day is this? Is it 23? Yeah. Day 23, part 2 in bash. For real this time. Yeah, I have to also think like, I know someone in my Twitch chat said, I think a Dorfhouse said that in my Twitch chat, but like implementing it in Rust and then porting it to bash sometimes might be easier than just trying to approach it in bash directly. Like I think he said, or you know, they said they use Go and then port it back. Does it work on real input? Oh my God, you're right. You're right. I'm not even, I didn't even test it on real input. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. I don't even know why I didn't even think to do that. So the Rust one does that. Should have ran the Rust one later. That looks the same, but let's just make sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it works. Absolutely it works. Oh my God. It works. I almost feel like it shouldn't, but it does. Oh my God. This was so stupid. This is real funny. I could sleep tonight. Oh my God, dude. You guys all had me hyped up for day 25 too, part 2. I was so nervous. Like I was literally so nervous going into it. I can't believe it. But we crushed it, dude. We're done. We're done. Dude, I'm stoked. Even pretty fast. Yeah, dude. With less than an hour we did it. Cool. Now make it tell me I'm cute. Listen, Video James, only because you're one of my mods. Do I have it installed? I have to use npx. Oh yeah, that's what I want. I want a big sign under it. There we go. How's that? Oh man. You could say it took about 10 mn to do 2. 10 mn. Oh, wait, am I missing something? Am I misreading that? Brain's a little fried. Awesome. Heck yeah, brother. Wanna back to arrows and robots? Oh yeah, you mean try to do that robot one that I was talking about? I don't want to start anything new tonight because I'll just get pulled into a rabbit hole. But I would, man, what I really want to do is I do want to do the, because my brain's fried. Hold on, what is it? Day 14. This is the one where the Christmas tree appeared. Yeah, and Eric said this puzzle was originally going to be about the motion of space rocks in a fictitious arcade game called Meteoroids, but we just had an arcade puzzle. I want to implement this. I want to make this game called Meteoroids, where it looks like, like an asteroids game. There's all these rocks floating around, and eventually the rocks come together and do this. And you can play as a character that can shoot the rocks or something. Something like that. Minutes if I didn't miscount. That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I'll take it. Dark Space said it best, that it would, it'd be as hard as all the puzzles combined. I respect that. But yeah, guys, we did it. We nailed it. I'm not even gonna lie. When I first found out about Advent of Code, I was stoked. I was like, this is gonna be so much fun. And when I looked through previous puzzles, I literally was like, okay, I'll get 5, 6, maybe 7 days done. 8, 9, 10 if I switch to Rust, looking at previous days. That's what I thought. And I expected to not make it to the end. I truly did. I was like, we'll get some good streams out. It'll be fun, good content, etc. But then once we passed that hump, and I think day 13 was kind of the biggest one, because this one was brutal, absolutely brutal. Once we made it past day 13, I was like, there's no stopping me. Yeah, I'll hit some hard ones, but we're going to do it. We're getting there. It's happening. So yeah, I'm stoked. I actually, I was questioning my abilities for a while. That's a good sound. I don't like that. There we go. Brush your shoulders off, Dave. No big deal. Yo, for real, man. We did it. This challenge made you a streamer. Inadvertently, it did. It was because of this challenge. I ended up collabing with Bad Cop. She ended up convincing me to get a Twitch. I started dual streaming. I became an affiliate. I've made probably over $100 at least. Yeah, more than that on YouTube Super Chats. I've got 300 followers on Twitch, 23 subscribers on Twitch. Yeah, Advent of Code has been real nice to me. All 25 problems, sample and real input, run in under 0.3 seconds for me in C++. I'm sure Eric designs these, so it's not about your hardware programming language or anything, just fun. I like that. Yeah, I think that's cool. When you get the solution, it runs in a very decent time. But if you try to brute force some things, you'll never get there. And I think that's really cool. Oh, I know that. Also, if you guys remember, today was supposed to be the day that my new album came out, my ambient album that I've been working on, and it's pretty neato. And apparently my distributor didn't get it to Spotify until yesterday or this morning, so it's not up as far as I can tell. I just checked Spotify. Yeah, it's not there. But it's on some other streaming platform. So, like, I think Apple Music has it. Spotify's the only one that doesn't have it, which feels kind of stupid. So I held off on putting up the YouTube video for it, but, like, I haven't made an official release announcement, but if you're here and you want to listen to my new album, go find it on, like, just search for Fragments by Dave Eddy, and you'll find it on something streaming it. It looks like YouTube has it up as of 9 hours ago, so it's kind of launched. So that's super neat. That's really dumb. By the way, you have Nightfall on YouTube video, and the bitrate is really bad. Yeah, that sounds about right. YouTube Music is very nice in that they way much better audio quality. I know you already have it everywhere, but YouTube Music would be nice. It's on YouTube Music, isn't it? Yeah, it should be on. Unless you're just telling others like to go check it out on YouTube Music. Yeah, it should be released on YouTube Music. Was it music.youtube? What the hell account is this? Oh, I have too many accounts. I have too many YouTube accounts, so it makes it a nightmare to scroll through. Oh yeah, it's on YouTube Music. It's actually available on YouTube Music, which is sick. So yeah, go to YouTube Music. You can see the last thing I was listening to was Frost. Oh my god, I love this album. Yeah, Nightfall's on there, and Fragments is on there, so the newest one is on there as of, like, this morning. So yeah, I love YouTube Music. I personally think it's the best one. Everyone likes Spotify, but I don't. YouTube Music has, like, the best quality in my opinion. So yeah, it's up there. In fact, the nice thing is we set this up. So the bot should respond to that now, which is pretty sick. Yeah. I think that's it. I don't think there's much else to say. What do we got here? We crushed all of this. Like I said, I'm going out of town for the next week, so I won't be streaming then, but I do plan on streaming more. I'll come up with some fun ideas. Even if it's just like chilling, playing music. I'll come up with some fun, like, programming things that we can do. And I also want to work on my course, so we might just end up, like, hanging out. But yeah, it'll be a fun time. I'm going to go ahead and call the stream. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone who's made it as part of this journey. This has been super fun. I'm now officially a streamer. That's really sick. Yeah, it's been super fun. And I didn't believe I was going to do Advent of Code. I didn't believe I was going to finish it. Not because, like, not in a sad way, like, I just don't think I'm smart enough. No, I was like, no, realistically, I probably get, 8 days in, and then I just will bump up against something I won't know how to solve. But I just didn't give up, man. And I hope, and I know a bunch of people have commented, they said the perseverance, they love it. And it's like, dude, yeah, I hope you guys can take that away from this. Like, I don't know, just trust in your ability and you'll problem solve. It's super fun. So yeah, post-game interview right here. Yeah, we played our hearts out, and what can I say? It paid off. We showed up to practice when it mattered. I might have missed one practice this year, but I mean, we're talking about practice. But yes, I showed up when it mattered, and when it came time to do it, we did it all 25 days. All it took was perseverance, one day at a time. That's the only thing we do things. We do things one day at a time, and if you keep doing it, you'll crush it. That's the way to do it. Yeah, dude, they had us in the first half. The first half, man. Not gonna lie. Did you give it 110% though? I gave it 100%, dude. I don't believe in that 110%. Spotify playing queue management? Yeah, I wouldn't even know, dude. I don't even use Spotify. I buy CDs and rip them like a boomer. Enjoy your time off. Congrats to 50 stars. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you. Doing it in Bash is gnarly, though. It is. And when I rewatch my videos, I'll make sure I've gotten everything done in Bash. So if there's any solution I've missed in Bash, I will make sure to go and fix and rectify that. And I'll do it on stream so you guys can follow along. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. Go check out my music. My new album may or may not be on whatever your favorite streaming platform is, so that sucks. I'll make a community post on YouTube when it's live. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Yeah, join my Discord if you want to, like, stay up to date on when I do stuff. Or, yeah, that's all I got. Take it easy, everyone. See you, everyone.